All right, guys, taking the podium, Orlando City head coach James O'Connor. We'll let Coach give an opening statement, then we'll open the floor to questions. James, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, obviously, look, massive win for us tonight. I think we showed another great side, very positive, to be able to show that kind of toughness. I don't think we played particularly well. I thought we looked very tired, which we knew. We expected that. So I think in a game like that, with the emotion of the other night, we were always very wary of just what kind of energy we were going to have. So we needed to have some grit. And I thought the boys showed tremendous character tonight, really, to be able to defend, put their bodies on the line. And the guys who've played so many minutes, to be able to push like that is fantastic. Great commitment from the players tonight.
Go ahead, Michael.
James, starting lineup indicated that you thought your guys that played on Wednesday could go in this one as well. What were the guys saying at training to make you think that they had the energy to take this third game in a week?
Yeah, I mean, again, we speak a lot about mentality. I think we obviously have to check the load. So I think it's an individual basis. You need to look at which players are mentally tough, which players have covered some kind of yardage, what their capacity is to recover. So there's always a number of factors that you need to sit down. You need to sit with the player, and you need them to be honest. But I thought the mentality that the players, especially the ones that have played 120, was excellent. I mean, it's very hard to describe when you have such an emotional high, to then have a game so close, a big game, to then have the same expectation that players are going to be able to hit the same level. I think so. You're going into the game expecting fatigue, but then it's how you manage that fatigue, and that's where your mentality needs to be really tough. And if you look at the best teams around the world, they're the type of games that they go and win. They don't play particularly well, but they get the job done. So that's where the players deserve enormous credit tonight. And the supporters, again, were outstanding, really sort of got behind the guys and made it really intimidating atmosphere, which is fantastic. It's really great to see for all of us.
Go ahead, Pat, here.
James, how valuable is it to be able to lean on young guys like Benji Michel and Santiago Patino when you've had so many players logging so many minutes on this recent stretch?
Fantastic. I think they're two really great young men, and I think for us, we want to be intentional about giving young players opportunities. I mean, we class Santi's a homegrown, Benji's another homegrown, and we want to develop young players. We want to give them opportunities, and I thought, Benji's going to get enormous credit, and his work tonight was excellent, and obviously he got the goal, but you look at the energy that Santi gave us. Santi's coming in, he's going into the corner, he's like a massive tackle in the corner, great level of commitment, outstanding work ethic, and real desire to go and win the game. And that's what we're craving, that type of attitude, that type of mentality. So they're two exciting young players that we're very pleased with.
Go ahead, Mike.
We saw the team. Obviously, there wasn't that many attacking options. The only shot on target was the one that ended up being the game winner. But to see them kind of score late, but to hold on to that victory, how pleasing is that? And especially it helped earn the team its fifth shutout win of the season.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. I think it was you could see, especially second half, the way the game went on. We started to tire and defend deep, and we were frustrating them. But it was then a case of we were only going to get maybe a couple of chances, so we needed to be really clinical. And great credit to Benji and for Rowan. We spoke at half time about trying to do a couple of things, and I think when you look at the way they were very intentional about trying to attack in the wide area and then get numbers into the box, it was a really, really good goal from our standpoint, very clinical.
Go Chris here.
Coach, key piece that you were missing tonight was Nani. Can you comment on him, his status, and how he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Nani went down with a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of food poisoning. So hopefully he's going to be okay. I think he's feeling a bit better today, but just very unfortunate. But he'll be fine. I mean, obviously he was hugely disappointed, and we just hope that he recovers quickly.
Michael.
James, your center back pairing played 210 minutes each over the last 4 days. Can you just maybe give your thoughts on what they brought to the team? Only one goal allowed in the run of play the last two games.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the two of them again were outstanding. I think that they've created and developed a nice little partnership there. There seems to be good understanding with each other. Again, I think both of them deserve enormous credit to be able to push through mentality. I thought that was a strong foundation for us tonight. The mentality that both of them showed and the grit as a unit and as a team that we're starting to show was very pleasing tonight.
We'll go with Austin back here and do a couple more.
James, wanted to get your thoughts on Kamal Miller playing a little bit out of position tonight, getting into the attack a bit, had a shot, just his overall play and what your thoughts of.
Again, very pleased. I think he's someone who another outstanding young player we were able to get from college, and I think he's shown tremendous application since he's come here to be able to go on and he was involved at the Gold Cup with Canada. He's now a full international, so I think for us he's another exciting young player with a lot of potential. He's got good, I would say, versatility where he can do a job at left back. He sees pictures, so he sees things pretty quick, and he can play his way out. He's also got a lovely left foot. But the biggest thing with those three young players in particular is they're very coachable. They're very intentional about wanting to learn and wanting to get better, which as a coach is what you want. You want to be able to sit and you want to be able to teach, and you want people to be intentional about taking on board the information you give them. So, he's another good young player for us.
Back left, coach.
James, can you comment on the red card for Dom Dwyer on the elbow, please?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'll need to see it again. I mean, I wasn't quite sure exactly what happened, so I'll need to see it and then go down and once we've viewed it again, then we'll get a better indication as to what's happened. I think at the end it was pretty helter-skelter for both teams, and they were throwing a lot of men into the box. So, but once I've sat down and actually seen it properly, I can make a better comment rather than trying to say something now.
Michael.
Coach, a player that we've seen a lot play regularly is Sebas Mendes. I know when I spoke to him earlier this season, he spoke about how you and Luis Muzi were kind of very vocal about getting him here. We've seen him also come back from Copa America and just jump right into the mix. I mean, what can you kind of say about his work ethic and just in terms of being all over the pitch? Because either he drops or he gets involved in the attack. Or
Oh yeah, look, I mean, I think when we look at Seba's quality, Seba is going to go on and be a top player. I mean, that boy has got some serious ability. So I think for us, we're very intentional about trying to manage him, trying to teach him, but he's got a capacity, and he showed it tonight. I mean, you look at the way he's covering ground, the interceptions he's making, his defensive understanding of covering positions for somebody so young is excellent, and he's someone that's going to go on and have he's going to play at the highest level.
We're going to wrap it up with Pat here.
James, looks like Toronto got the win tonight, so not quite up to the playoff line yet. But when you look at the standings, it's a little bit early, obviously, but really bunched together. Do you feel like this group right now is gelling and playing pretty much as well as anybody in the East?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is to focus on our process, and that's the biggest thing that we keep reinforcing to the players. It's I think when you start to waver and you start to look at targets and you start to look at this, our biggest thing is just to be laser focused on our process. I think over the last few games, number of games, we feel as if we've shown elements that we're really pleased with, whether it's the level of commitment, whether it's the level of grit, defensive understanding. We've had games where we've dominated the ball and had some lovely phases. So there's been a lot of games where we can highlight, certain areas and say we're really, really pleased. So it's an ongoing process for us, but we've been very pleased with the level of commitment that the players have shown.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.